Hello and welcome to another 3D Buzz training video. In this video we will be continuing with our AT-AT-like creature model vehicle thing. And with me again is my good friend Mr. Terry Wilson.
Hello.
And he will be here helping to make fun of me while I work.
Watch this epic failure of an AT-AT
Yes,
created.
thank you, thank you. Excellent. So yes, he's already well underway.
Oh yeah. I've been practicing saving up.
It's very nice of you.
I got it written down, you know. Quick reference guide.
Yeah, ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
What did you do there? What is it?
I broke stuff, apparently.
Apparently you did.
Apparently I did, and I've got to fix it. So let's frame up on it first so I can see what's going on. So it's a very tiny error, whatever it is. So it doesn't want to fix very easily. It looks like I just need to untangle this. Yeah. Oh, we must still be stuck on... Yeah, we're on face constraints, which is kind of okay, but not really in this case. Maybe go to edge constraints would be better. You know, I don't want to go up that edge. Can we go up? There we go. Okay, well, that's a little better. It still looks a little weird there on the side, but that's all right. I'm not going to freak out too much about that.
You know what they say? Cover it with geometry.
Mm-hmm.
Just walk away, pretend it never happened.
All right. I kind of want to slide that down, but I don't want to bust anything up too much in the process. Okay, I think that'll work for now. I just didn't want it going so high up into the corner. It's a little different from front to back, but I don't think it's anything that it's going to like completely destroy the model.
Right.
Okay, so let's see here. Back to work on this piece. I'm going to take this edge and we're going to chamfer it. What happens if I hit loop on this? What do we get? Nothing that I want to get. So we'll select this manually so that Max doesn't get silly on us.
And every once in a while, it just seems like it just does it randomly.
It just doesn't. I'm sure there's a system. I'm sure it's not random, but sometimes that system and I don't necessarily get along.
But it has to do with math.
Yeah, that pesky old math. Okay, so we want to bevel that. And we want to bevel this. Oh, wrong one. More fun with selections.
That could be an entire workshop in its own. Fun with selections.
Yeah, no. I don't want to do that workshop.
It'd be one nobody wants to teach.
Yeah. Isn't selecting for... No, it's not.
It'd be a 10-minute long class with 30 minutes of rage.
Nice. No! Alright. Chamfer, and just increase the value. We could even add a segment if we wanted to get all fancy. Did you know you could do that now? I know you haven't touched Max in a while.
I haven't touched Mac in a long time.
Yeah.
That's nice of them
You can
to actually add that in there.
Little central segment into your chamfers, except that it does funny things like that sometimes.
So it can break your geometry.
So it can destroy your geometry. It's excellent.
That's how thoughtful of them. It's like, look, you're going to break it anyway. Might as well let us.
Might as well break it in style. Alright, target weldy. Can we target weldy up there? It doesn't want to target weldy up there. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yay. And then well, that's fine. Why don't we just weld that guy up there? And that fixes that problem. And then, wow, it looks like a little funny cat's cradle that, little girls used to do on the playground with string.
Okay, took me a second, but I got it.
Do you remember all that stuff?
Yes. They're like, hey, look, I made a bridge. Get away from me.
Right. But every time I think about that, I think of that episode of South Park with the time machine.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Or was it the little thing that the girls made where they could see the future? It's one of those paper things.
Oh, God.
That opens up in 4 directions.
Yeah. That was really big in our school. I hated that.
I was big in every little kid's school.
Say, pick a number. Click. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're stupid. Ah.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna go play with my GI Joes. They have guns.
Yes, exactly. They have guns for just this sort of problem.
Yeah. You know, GI Joe never had to put up with this crap.
I was thinking about all the GI Joes that I have owned.
How many of them have you destroyed? That's the question.
Well, see, I don't really have any more of them, so I guess you could say all of them.
They've met some fates.
Yeah.
You know, like especially after I saw the movie Predator.
Well, they melt really well.
Yep.
You know, they burn kind of nicely. Of course, you can really get some air with them. Bottle rockets.
Jetpack bottle rockets. That was always fun.
Okay, so let's hit F4, and so now that's all looking pretty good. At least it's going to be able to catch a light angle. Mm-hmm. All right, so next thing. We can bevel across the top there. There's some interesting things that are taking place with the top of this, but we'll get to that later.
Now, the back there.
The back there?
Right there, where excuse me, the edge that you just beveled, that looks like it's a little bit of a sharper angle on your image. Because that kind of is angled out a bit.
Let me see.
See what I'm saying?
Well, I see a highlight.
Well, I'm just talking about it looks like it's a flat on the back side of it, right there, where you're...
Like there, right there?
Yeah.
Is it not flat on mine?
It's kind of angled outwards.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It only took me like 10 minutes to get to it.
I explained well.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think that really a lot of that is based on which image you're following, because, like, here, get a load of this.
Ah, I see.
So, I mean, yeah, you could probably pull it in a little more, but I'm not going to worry about that too much, because really, at some point, you're going to see all these different pictures with all these different designs,
right?
And you'll just end up running around in circles going, no, I want to make it look like this one. No, wait, let's make it look like this one. So let's go with what we got. So be quiet, Terry. All right, cool. I can loop that one. Yay. So let's chim for that, and actually that'll probably look pretty good. Hit F4. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. Okay, now next thing. We've got these funny little holes in here, and they're nice and oblong. Of course, they can't just be like circular holes or anything simple like that, right?
Of course not.
They've got to be some really weird, odd, frightening shape. So let's pull this down. And of course, here on the image plane, they've just got funny little blocky thingies. So it's really up to you which way you want to go. I'm going to try to do the one that is shown here, just kind of for the fun of it. So let's go to Create. And these I will actually do with a Boolean. Scary, I know. Oh, wrong way. And give that a little bit of height. Now let's pop over here. Let's slide this out the side of the thing. Let's shade everything up so we can kind of see what's going on. All right. Now, I'm going to do a few things here. Let's take a look at the number of sides this thing has. 18 sides just to make a little tiny hole. I think that's maybe just a little bit much. 10's almost too few. 12 would work, I think. For something that small, I think 12 would be okay. Okay, so now let's convert this over to an editable poly. Let's grab Yon Cut tool, and I'm just going to make a cut right across here. And we'll frame up on this thing, hit F4, and we'll make a cut across here too. Of course, it's got all these divisions that we really don't need, so I should have turned that off earlier, but since I didn't, let's remove those now. Now, over to polygons. Grab all these polys. Hit F2 so we can see what they look like. Let's extrude them. That's a little much.
Nah, it's perfect.
It's perfect. Okay, so something kind of like that. And then what I'm seeing over here is that they kind of taper toward the top.
It's kind of a teardrop shape.
Yeah, they're full of snow, so it's hard to tell, but it looks like they're wider at the base than they are at the top, so that's what I'm going to go with anyway. So let's just go ahead and hit apply here. And then let's do a couple of things. First off, let's grab edges. I want these edges, and I want to connect them. I think twice will do it. Let's go back over to polygons. We will scale this in a little bit, jump down to vertices, grab these, we'll scale these in a little bit. And I'll grab all these guys, we'll scale these in a little bit, and then we've got kind of a funny teardrop shape, which should be pretty much exactly what we need. Okay, shade everything back up. Now, where each one of these are going to go, I want to basically chop everything out so that I'm not doing a Boolean on a great big face. We'll keep it kind of constrained, so we'll line that up. Excuse me. And let's see, let's also do this. I just want to try this. I think it's going to work well. We'll know in a minute. We'll shift drag the element out, clone to element, shift drag another one out, clone to element, and shift drag the final one out, and also clone to element. So they're all part of the same object. Okay, now, next, let's get out of here, jump back over to our shape, and I want to kind of section off where all of these booleans are going to take place. So we're going to cut that out, so it's kind of quarantined. Same thing here. Still with me, Terry?
Oh, yeah.
Are you falling asleep over there?
No, I was just looking at the amount of work goes into making a teardrop shape hole.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's going to work out well, I think. We'll know here in just a minute anyway. Let's just grab all of these guys. We'll slide them into the shape. It'd help if we shaded everything up so we can see it in action. Okay. Seems to be working well so far. So we grab this guy, jump back out, create compound objects. We'll do a pro boolean, start picking, pick you. And that worked alarmingly well.
Meaning something else is broken.
Meaning something terrible has happened. Alright, let's convert that to an editable poly. Of course, it anchors everybody down at least once, which is fine because we're going to anchor them down many more times because we have seen that sometimes if you don't do that, you get all sorts of funniness. So let's jump over to the not target weld, silly, but the cut tool.
You could weld it, but, you do it wrong.
Yeah, that would be wrong. So a couple
see?
extra vertices.
I told you. Something went wrong.
Yeah, we'll deal with
It's
this.
too smooth. I love that the program is like, we're helping you. This is helping.
I'm sure it has its reasons, and I'm sure its reasons are fairly logical to some programmer who put them together. So I will not argue these reasons.
Disgruntled programmer.
Nice.
Oh, it's my last day, is it? Okay. No, let me just finish this code I'm working on.
Wow. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. Return to the cut tool. And let's see, he was running out to the corner, and this guy ran out to here. And there you go. Okay. So, did you like doing that once? Well, let's do it a lot more times.
Because it was awesome.
Because it was awesome. It was exciting. I think that guy went down here, and then this guy went out to the corner. Not that it matters much. Let's go ahead and kill you out. And the cut tool's in there somewhere. I love the quad menu, mostly. You only thought a lot of work when doing this sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. You think there'd be a way to just select that face over there and duplicate the face itself?
Actually, we could probably do just that. Like later on, if we needed this, if we made an opening that was, basically this size, we could cut the whole thing out and then just implant it somewhere. It might be a little bit of a trick getting the faces to line up. So I would never do that, Terry.
Ah, I see.
Nah,
Too simple.
there's just not enough work involved. That's the real problem.
Did I waste 30 minutes? No. Then we'll do it like this.
Nice. Alright, let me jump back over here for just a moment, and let's get rid of you. I think that was the only one over here. I think everybody else was cool. This guy, on the other hand, was just covered in little extraneous vertices. Wrongness. Coated in wrongness.
I'm telling you, my disgruntled theory,
Yeah.
it still holds. I mean, look at this.
Insert random vertex.
Yes.
It's just a quick line of code that we add. Of course, we could turn it off, but what's the fun in that?
There's a button somewhere.
It's an interesting theory. Alright. So let's clear these out too, and then we can actually start attaching these two to each other.
Oh, look at that, side by side. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, you never know.
Well, you know, Zach, if you had Boolean correctly, that wouldn't have been like that.
Yes, but depending on who you talk to,
Give it to him.
there's no such thing as Booleaning correctly. Booleaning.
I like that.
Booleaning.
I have invented that, and I shall use it.
That is trademark, Terry Wilson.
Booleaning, trademark for Terry Wilson Incorporated.
Not to be used without express written permission of Terry Wilson Incorporated. All rights
I get
reserved.
some royalties, man. Yes, so...
Yeah, okay. I got all confused for a second. I thought I'd lost count, but I really hadn't. Yeah, so are you having fun yet?
This is why we don't Boolean. It's confusing. It'll get you turned around.
Yeah, but it did allow us to create holes in the shape, man.
That's true.
And then we would have had to carve them out like this anyway, and now we get them all nice and precise and exact and stuff. It's just par for the course sometimes, you know? You gotta make something that's a little complicated. Quit with your complaining. God, always complaining. Do you want to model this?
I would have been done already.
Oh yeah, I'll bet. And it would have looked awesome.
It would have been ready, and George Lucas would have hired me, and I would be living in California
Yes.
if I had done this.
If you had done this. Well, that's awesome. We'll just let you do the next one. You get to do the Super Star Destroyer.
Ooh.
Complete with all agreeabling.
Man.
Of course, that's just a plug-in, so...
Yeah. Click. Doom.
Click, doom, I am awesome. Even the Greebles have Greebles.
I wonder if they named their AT-ATs. Like, for instance, you know, they named the ships, right?
Yeah.
Like Darth Vader had a ship. I wonder if this is like the SS Stompy or whatever.
Stompy.
You know, it's
Nice.
It's like, the Stompy went down!
Suddenly, I hope they did. Now that you mention it.
Bring out Crusher!
Yeah, they all gotta have names that revolve around stomping on things.
After like 5 of them, they're like, man, we gotta get a thesaurus. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, the stompy, crushy, jumpy, lumpy. Lumpy? No, just go with it.
Can Smasher? That'll work.
How about the Pirate Monkeys? That's an awesome name. Alright.
Do you have any stray verti in here?
Vertici. Yes, we can't say vertexes, so we'll say vertici. No, I think I got rid of them all, or if I didn't, then... no, I didn't get
Aha,
rid of them.
fool!
That's right, we'll get rid of them now. I was thinking about the other one. Chunk, chunk. Yay! Okay. Groovy McGroovis. Alright, so we can loop that, and that actually works, which is great. We can loop that. Oh, didn't quite get everybody, did it? Is there an extra vertex there? Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, I never would have seen that. Weld. Yeah, if you don't get that loop, sometimes it's a good idea to just check that out real quick. Okay, back to edges, and that looks like everybody. So let's do a little bit of chamfering. Oh, wow, not that much. Just a little. Okay, so let's jump out of editable poly mode, hit F4. I just tried to hit F8, which is actually the hotkey for Maya.
Cool.
And I think those will work.
Yeah. Well, in the image, they're kind of angled.
Kind of angled?
Yeah, the back is, see how it kind of goes, it looks like it goes upwards a little.
Not to mention I missed one.
Uh-oh.
That's okay, sort of. And I'm not going to cry much. Let's see here. Let's hit F4. I want to try something. What happens if we come over here, grab you, get polygons, switch over to window instead of crossing? Don't do that. Whatever you just did there, Zach, don't do it again.
Oh, that was a feature.
Yep.
That's very nice.
I want these guys, and then we're going to hold down Shift and just... clone that as an element. And it's a little bit more to the right, but we're getting the idea. Whoa, wrong guy. You probably anchor it right there. It'd be just fine. Okay, so now let's jump over to vertices again. And we want to get the cut tool. So we'll cut you. I'll cut just outside the edge there just to make my life a little easier. And we'll cut this guy just outside the edge as well. And then let's see. It doesn't really want to do that, does it? We can just do it this way. Oh, wait, hang on. Never mind. Okay, as I try not to lose my mind over this one. I'm faking it. So we'll cut here on the outside. We're probably end up taking these edges back out when we're done. They're just here to hold some vertices in place. I think we could draw those vertices in freehand if we wanted to. I just don't want to do that.
I didn't waste 20 minutes.
I hate you, Terry. Alright.
So this whole idea about cloning these faces over like that, think it would have been easier just to do it in the first place?
Maybe, probably not. It's possible, but I'd had to like do this whole carving out stuff over and over again.
Ah, I see.
Because we got to chop that out. Now we have to weld this guy in place, and this is not what I would call fun.
Well, you know, I'm just saying.
Create button in here someplace. Alright, let's get the move tool. I just want to see if I can do this. Yeah, I don't think it lets you do that. I think creating, that's just for like floating vertices. Which is okay. It's a little irritating, but it's alright.
I think you actually clicked on that faces. For
Did
X.
Here, let's just... And then we can just remove him in a minute. Okay, and then we need somebody down here too.
Oh, something else I just noticed.
What's that?
Up at the top, one of your bevels look kind of funky. So you might want to go check it on this
Funky
one.
bevel?
Yeah, right there. You can't see it, but I'm pointing at the screen. If you zoom in,
Yes.
right there.
Oh, that is kind of funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check that out, because that means it probably needs to be fixed like 4 times.
Right.
Or maybe not. No, it's probably just on this one. Okay, so that's cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do some quick target welding and then cleaning some stuff up. It's like sewing everything together.
I still don't see what the point of these things are.
The point of what?
The
Well, I mean, for
holes
all I
in-
know, the holes, like, you could stick like a blaster rifle out of them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the design bureau who put this together. Alright. That's close. You can go ahead and remove that guy.
But then again, if you go back and you look at the original designs for the Death Star, all that greebling that he
It's
put on
funny
it,
the way you say that. It's like, back when I was working for the Empire as a contractor, if you go back and look at the original blueprints,
then I said door, and they said no, just leave the exhaust port open. No one's going to figure that out.
A little bit of armor plating would have cost an extra $5, but no, it's time to start cutting corners, There's so many ways you do that. There's deflector shields, there's grates. Actually, they did say it was ray shielded, so they cheaped out and just put a ray shield on it.
Oh god, it's like those old 50s movies. They're like, put on your invisible force helmets so they can walk around in space.
Yes.
Oh, I love those movies.
What? You don't think invisible force helmets are real?
Not in the movie I saw. You could tell it's like they ran out of budget at that second and they had to make something up.
You've been watching more Mystery Science Theater.
I have. It was called
Yes.
12 to the Moon. I recommend everybody watch it. It's good stuff. They went to the moon and had to give the moon a cat.
Nice.
And I'm not even lying.
They had to give the moon a cat?
A cat.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know really what in the world's going on here, but we're going to try to fix it somehow. Let's see.
It's like it overshot it or something.
Yeah, something just exploded.
Oh, wait. No,
Never
never
I
mind.
think we just need to cut it across.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember. Yeah. I totally had it and then it just didn't work.
Just grab this guy, backspace.
There you go.
I think that'll work.
That's
Which
very
means
strange.
this guy's probably all messed up too. So we have to do it twice. And back to the old target weld. I love it when stuff like this happens. Especially when it's so small that it's hard to get the viewport in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes my day. It really does. Alright, you go there. You go there. Cut from hither to thither. Boom. Up. Grab. Come on, come on. Get out of the tool. There you go. Alright, fantastic. Alright, press F4.
Ooh.
And a couple little funny faces in there, probably from all of the welding and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Let's go over to polygons. And let's make sure we're selecting by angle. Pull that down to some really, really low angle, like 10 degrees. And grab you, and let's just click on the mighty, mighty make planar button. And that, well, it didn't quite make that go away.
It really doesn't like that bevel you put on there.
No, it's pretty irritated at me for doing all that.
The gall of you thinking you can model something and have it look good.
Yeah, that, well...
You know, take that.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
You've really you crossed the line here, bud. You just can't do that. There we go. We just need to pull off the smoothing groups. Goodbye, smoothing groups. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so let's see. What else can we do? Give us a few more minutes here. We got all these little funny, detaily things, none of which are particularly difficult. And fortunately, we have one that doesn't have any snow in it.
Oh, nice. So it's like a little ink.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking box, pull one side of it out, extrude in the side of it, chamfer it a few times, and you're done. So, let's come up here to, let's see, is it going to show me where they are? Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. Let's jump over to standard primitives, create a box, turn on auto grid so we can be all special and stuff. And I'm thinking they're a little skinnier than what's shown there, so get a little bit of thickness. Over here, hit Z. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Nice little redraw issue there. Makes my day. Okay, so kind of wedge shape. They taper out as they go upward, and they've just got a little hole in the middle, so nothing all that fancy. Let's jump over here. I'm going to pull down the height a little bit because I think it's a little too tall. Convert this over to an editable poly. Grab edges. We'll get this edge and maybe slide it down a little bit so we get that sort of wedge-like shape. Jump over to polygons. Grab you, do an inset. That'll probably work. Now, it looks like you inset and then you could probably extrude down or bevel inward. And I'll show you, it might make a little more sense. So we'll bevel, right-click the height, right-click the outline amount. We'll pull this in, pull way down the outline amount. And then what I'm going to do is switch over here to, didn't mean to do that. Looks like I jumped out of my tool. Darn it. There we go. Let's bevel again. Thank you. Yeah, it happens. I got a little overzealous. What can I say? So now let's see here. We can scale this face in a little bit. And then we can scale it down this way just a little bit. And then we'll switch over to edges. Let's grab this edge. And we'll turn on face constraints. And we just slide this. Oh, I want the whole edge though. Can we do that, please? Get all of that?
No.
It says no because you're losing track of what you're actually clicking on there, bud. There we go. Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Alright, well, what if I just turn off the constraints and let it just do whatever it wants to? Okay. Well, that seems to be working, so there you go.
Once again, how dare you think you can model in a certain way?
Yeah, well, that's okay. We'll get over it. Alright, so now let's do a couple of other things. Let's jump over to polygons. We don't need this face at all, so let's just remove it. Let's jump back over to edges. We're going to do some serious chamfering. Oh, we don't need to chamfer that. And the funny thing is it will chamfer that if you tell it to, which is great because it's right there on the edge. Another major Autodesk application won't chamfer on borders, which I don't really mind so much because I haven't come up with a good reason to chamfer borders yet. I think that's fine. Well, okay, nah, we can go all the way in. So yeah, just an excessive amount of chamfering. I think we're going to end up getting like every single edge except for the border, so maybe if I just do this... Oh yeah, we're still on windowed. Make sure we set that back over to crossing. Alright, that should be just about everybody. Okay, awesome. More fun with selection. Chamfer that. Awesome. I think we should leave the shape just like this.
Fantastic.
Pull that in a little bit. Click OK. Get out of there. Press F4. I think that's pretty close. It might be coming out a little bit far there.
And the corners lack something we desired there. It looks weird.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. The whole thing looks like it could be a little more rounded.
So what are those, like rain gutters?
Yes.
Is that what they're for?
These are the rain gutters. You gotta have them. And, well, you know, it's gonna rain at some point. This isn't all-terrain assault transport.
It does say all-terrain, so I'm wondering if it's like amphibious also.
You'd hope so.
So, I mean, first of all, if they get into water that's deeper than the actual AT-AT itself, does it start doggy paddling or something?
I don't know. It'd be cool if it did, though, wouldn't it? It just sinks, and that's the end of it. Blah, blah,
so, to defeat the Empire, just get an island.
Right. Okay, so I'm sure there's a couple more little detailing things that we could do here, but I think this is a pretty good stopping point for today.
Cool.
So you can see this piece is really starting to come along. It's got a lot more character to it. So that's
I'm
gonna.
still saying those teardrops though. They're angled.
They're angled. What are you talking about?
Like,
angled.
Go back and look at your image.
What are you talking about?
Because if you're going to put a blaster rifle out of that, it'd be angled downwards. I'm telling you, it's got an angle downwards.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All I hear. That's all I hear is.
Oh.
All right. So.
So it begins. I was taking it easy on you, man.
Oh, okay. Were you now? Were you?
So.
Right, so just that.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that all you wanted?
That's all I was saying.
Okay. So yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean that's what it looks like to myself.
Man, if it's gonna keep you from tearing up, I'm happy to do it. All right, are we happy now?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and wrap up this video. So I'll catch you guys on the next modeling video. Until then, you take it easy.